My name is Alex Kouras, and today I'm gonna help you learn how to give yourself a skin fade crew cut and break down all the steps you need to know to successfully achieve this look. And make sure you stay to the end so you don't miss any helpful tips along the way. So to get started with the self haircut, I'm gonna be using my trimmers. These trimmers are from Glaker. They were probably like $20. You guys can check them out on my TikTok. You guys can get a nice discount through there. But I'm going in with my trimmers for the first guideline, going about an inch up from my ear and then going straight back to the back of my head with a very slight downward angle. And just so you guys can kind of gauge how long my hair is, I measured it in the beginning of the video with my ruler and it's just over 1 inch. So now going in with my really expensive foil shavers, which if you guys have the money, they're great. If not, there's definitely cheaper alternatives that do a really good job as well if you want to get the hair down to skin. So I'm just going in and I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch of a guideline toward the top so I can go in and give it a nice fade later on in the self haircut. So now we're going to go in with the no guard lever open. These are my Suprint Pro clippers. I believe these run for about $100, give or take. So I'm really just testing out new clippers and just seeing which ones I like the best. But these are with the no guard lever open, and I'm going up about 3/4 of an inch from the previous guideline. And for this self haircut, I'm going to be putting in all the guidelines first and then fade in all the guidelines after. Moving on to the next guideline, I'm going to be using the number 1 guard lever open, still going up about 3/4 of an inch, but usually when I get toward the back of my head, I like to go up about 1 inch instead, so I changed it up from 3/4 to 1 inch in the back, usually because most of us, we have denser hair in the back of our head, meaning there's more hair in the back. So it's a little bit more challenging, so I like to give myself more room by stretching out the guideline toward the back so it allows me to fade in easier later on in the haircut. So for the last guideline, I'm going to be using the number 2 guard lever open, and I'm doing something a little bit different. So instead of going up about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch, I'm literally going straight up off my head at a 90-degree angle. So I'm basically freehanding the entire thing. Whatever hairs are too long are going to get cut as I freehand. Remember, I'm going 90 degrees straight up off my head, perpendicular to the ceiling. Now to begin the fading process, I'm going back to my foil shavers, and notice here how I just showed you guys that the foil shavers, they give, it's like a button, right? They bounce back and forth. That's exactly how I'm going in to remove the hard line. So directly at the hard line, I'm just going in and tapping as many times as I can before I finally see the hard line disappear completely. So the second hard line here is going to be a 3-step process to remove. So I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm going to say, right? It's a 3-step process. Remember, we put in the hard line using the trimmer and then the no guard lever open. In between that is the no guard lever halfway and then the no guard lever closed. And then we're going to go back to the trimmer to fully remove the hard line. So basically, the no guard lever halfway removes about 50% of the hard line. So we're just going up about halfway through the guideline. It softens up 50%. Then we're going to go close the lever completely. This will remove about 90% of the hard line. And then we're going to go back all the way to the trimmer, which is what we used to put in the hard line in the first place, and flick out, use the corners, and that should remove 95 to 100% of the hard line. So now I'm going in with the trimmers, which is the 3rd step, okay? And I'm just going in, I'm using my corners, and then when I get toward the back, I'm using the flick out motion. Both of these techniques, the corners and the flick out motion of the trimmers is going to be the best way to remove that second hard line. So now I'm going in with the half guard lever closed to remove the next hard line. I should have honestly went in with the half guard lever open first. I mean, I ended up doing it anyway, just to do like a little bit of detail, but I noticed that I made a big mistake because I haven't used these clippers before that often, especially these guards. I usually use my wall color guards, but these guards did not do what my wall color guards do. So I had to go back and use the lever open anyway. So I used the lever closed and I used the lever open to remove a majority of the hard line. You'll see. So now I'm going in with the 1.5 guard lever closed, and I'm just going up and flicking out directly at the next hard line. So this one's a little bit easier, right? Once you get toward the longer lengths, anything above like the 1.5, it becomes a little bit easier to fade in, especially when you get into longer hair where you can start using thinning shears, which makes it really easy. But the 1.5 guard lever closed does a really good job, which removes the guideline from the number 1 guard lever open to the number 2 guard lever open. So we've done the guidelines, we've done the fade, now we're going in and doing the detail work using the thinning shears held in reverse. Whoever invented thinning shears needs to win a Nobel Prize, bro. Like, come on, yo, look at that. That's crazy, what a difference. And you know what the funny part is? I don't know anybody else in the world who uses thinning shears like this to remove hard lines. I don't know anybody. Yeah, thinning shears, you guys, if you don't have thinning shears, please do yourself the favor and buy them. They're absolutely essential for self haircuts. You guys remember that hard line that was right there? What hard line? I don't remember a hard line. Hard line who? Hard line where? Hard line nowhere. So now going in with the thinning shears over comb, I'm just going in and finishing off the haircut. This is going to be blending in the faded portion on the sides and back to the longer length on top, right? We're doing that crew cut. We're keeping the length on top, that one inch, just over an inch, and we're just blending in the hair by my part line to that longer hair on top. And if you're like me with really thick hair, you can use your thinning shears to soften up the back and shape it to look really nice with the fade. This is my version of a skin fade crew cut self haircut. Let me know what you guys learned, what you liked or didn't like in the comment section below. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel and check out this video for more self haircut tips and tricks.